Yo, what is up, YouTube? I'm live on Twitch. Probably about to end stream here shortly. But we're going to watch this video. Before we do, it is about a 16-year-old Philly assassin hit with 4 bodies. And he apparently killed somebody on Instagram Live. Let's check it out.
And what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of EOS. It's 1090 Jake, but I'm rocking with y'all and y'all rocking with me. For this video, we're going to be speaking on a 16-year-old Philly assassin that's been hit with 4 murders, 2 of which are some of the biggest murder cases coming out of Philly recently that I've covered on this channel. Now, I covered 2 big murder cases out of Philly, one of which was the 2020 Christmas Eve murder of Woo Biddy, a 20-year-old Philly comedian who was gunned down on Instagram Live. This video alone did over 1 million views and gained so much attention because of the simple fact that one of the last things Woo Biddy did before being shot was pull out his phone, recording the man about to kill him, saying, "We on live." The panic clear as day in his voice, as 6 shots can be heard before the video cuts out.
So do him, bro, do him what?
Oof.
Woo Biddy was estimated to have been shot a total of 15 times,
Wow.
suffering gunshot wounds to the chest and head. Days later, police would release surveillance video of Woo Biddy being tracked, leading up to his final moments.
Bro, that dude mag dumped him.
A second murder took place March 18th at 1 a.m. 20-year-old Ronnie Hargrove had been in jail for roughly 2 weeks before his father was able to produce a $200,000 bail. Ronnie was released around 1 a.m. from the jail facility, and as part of standard procedure, was transported by prison staff directly across the street to a bus stop. He'd wait 45 minutes for his family to pick him up before running for his life back onto the jail facility property, through the gates and into the parking lot. The parking arm at the gate was raised at the time without a guard present, and a vehicle was able to chase after Ronnie onto the jail property before 10 gunshots erupted, leaving the 20-year-old.
Oh yeah, I watched this video too.
None of the jail staff were present to witness the shooting, and reports say they only heard the gunfire.
Bro, this dude got killed like a block away from the jail. He ran onto the jail property. And was still hunted down. It's insane. It's mind-boggling.
28th, 2021, Philly police would announce a killer. And not only both of these homicides, but a total of 4 murders occurring between Christmas Eve of last year to March 18th. 16-year-old Amin Hurst has been charged with gunning down Woo Biddy on Instagram Live. And on March 11th, a quadruple shooting took place in which 24-year-old Naquan Smith and 16-year-old Tamir Brown were shot repeatedly, both dying later. The 2 other victims were 19-year-olds and left in critical condition. 7 days later, Amin would gun down Ronnie Hargrove outside of the jail facility. Investigators believing that this murder was just a case of mistaken identity. 2 days later, Amin Hurst would be arrested for the murder of Woo Biddy, and in the following months, connected and charged with a total of 4 murders.
He's not even
now, in my
up.
opinion, for a 16-year-old to be hit with 4 murders, I can almost guarantee he's killed more than 4 people.
Yeah.
This isn't something that
for sure
is normal for a 16-year-old to have 4 bodies. You know what I mean? Like, you're really working on a fucking graveyard. You're taking shit out.
Wow.
I highly fucking doubt that he's just a kid from a certain neighborhood that was going at it with people. What I'm thinking in my mind is he had some older people around him that were leading him into these situations. You gotta understand, when you're young and you're dumb, a small amount of money can seem like the biggest. 10,000 to a 16-year-old is fucking crazy. If you look back at the Boosie murders, Boosie allegedly paid, what, $1,200 to have somebody killed? And he had fucking Milo Mike, 16, 17, allegedly go and put in work. You know what I mean? There's a lot of young guns in every inner city that are willing to kill shit, but it's usually someone older than them that's able to actually get them to do so.
That's true.
It all comes down to who you're around. Who is your influence? If you have a negative influence and you have a mind similar to a sponge where you'll just absorb whatever's around you, they can breed you into exactly what they want you to be. And in my opinion, it sounds like this kid was nothing more than a crash dummy. He might have made some money along the way. Hey, we're going to pay you to go do this. We're going to pay you to go do that. And he's getting it fucking done with no sympathy, which is what makes me think he's done this more than just 4 times. I feel like he's got more bodies up under his belt.
I 100%
or at least
agree.
more shootings than what's known now at this point.
He was way too cold-blooded.
He's literally just
for
lighting
4 bodies
shit up.
Only.
And he's not hitting somebody once or twice.
He's mag dumping.
Dumping the whole fucking clip into their body.
That's exactly what I said.
Estimated 15 times in the chest and head. So not only did he hit him, and then Woo Biddy hit the floor, he stood and just kept shooting the shit out of him. Like, this is some shit out of a movie. But the saddest part about it is it's real life. And I also looked into social media. The people that are apparently his family members, some of them are Muslim. A lot of them have, you know, Black Lives Matter and things about some of the recent police shootings that have gone on lately. And I'm sure none of them had any fucking idea that one of the biggest threats to their community was their 16-year-old relative who is apparently just wiping shit the fuck out. Now, this kid's done. I highly fucking doubt he's going to beat 4 murders. It doesn't seem possible. And then not only that, it's 4 murders plus the 2 attempted murders for the 2 19-year-olds that survived the shooting. And then, you know, we're talking about gun charges and everything else that follows after that. He's out of there. And why would they use a kid like him? Because he's a perfect crash dummy. He goes and handles business. He does it for a cheap-ass price. And then when he gets locked up, it's no effect to you if he doesn't snitch. I'm not sure how they were able to connect him to these 4 different murders unless he's talking. And that happens a lot with younger people that get locked up. They start snitching on their fucking self. They really believe that the more information that they give up about what happens, it can be beneficial for them. And it never turns out that way, because who in their right mind is going to let a 16-year-old that's killed 4 people on paper back into society? If anything, they're going to be more interested in who is actually sending him on these hits. And we don't know if he was getting sent on these hits. This is just my opinion. This is what I'm thinking. Because I highly fucking doubt a 16-year-old is just sliding like that with no type of influence and no type of motive.
I have to agree with my man here. I don't know if you guys saw the crime scene photos of the other hit, but there were hella shells there too. He didn't just shoot anybody. He mag dumped every person he killed. He shot the whole clip. That's just odd. That's just odd. Killing a comedian, killing that dude sitting out, killing a dude straight out of jail, and then the other 2 were involved in a 4-person shooting where 2 people lived. That's 6 hits. Wow. Any comment, Texie?
Bro, my man is built different.
Who were those people to him? What do you mean? The people he killed?
They weren't anybody to him.
No, I'm pretty sure the dude's right. I'm pretty sure
He was just paid to kill people.
I'm pretty sure this dude is not wrong. Because he didn't. There's no way all. We know for sure 2 people got mag dumped. Okay? And you don't get mag dumped for no reason. No one. Especially your first murder?
And
No
two of them are running for their lives. 2 of those dudes were like.
Oh yeah, on the other case where 2 people were murdered and then the 2 ran away and got injured. Oh, the Instagram guy is an interesting story. So he's not entirely innocent. He would go. Well, I'll tell you why people would put a hit out on him. He would go to hoods and disrespect the gang that occupies that hood, and he would spray paint insults, or he would make jokes about like dead members and stuff like that. He wasn't entirely innocent. He wasn't an innocent comedian. In my opinion. In my opinion, he got what he was asking for, to be honest. Yeah, apparently. I mean, I don't know anything about the quadruple attempted murder, where 2 people died and 2 people lived. I don't know much about that case. I only know about the Whoopty case, or the Woo Biddy. I only know about the Woo Biddy case. And the other guy that was in jail. I don't know about the other case. I think that's a newer case. But it seems like it just seems odd. It just seems odd. And if he's not sent on hits, I still think he's killed more than 4 people. What are your thoughts on that, Texie? Do you think he's killed more than 4 people?
If you mag dump somebody in general, you killed more than one person. I mean, I don't know. Maybe that's just me, but on that combined with the fact that there's 4 that we know about, 100%, no doubt in my mind.
Not to mention, he's let's just talk about Woo Biddy because that's what we know the most information about, the shooting. He was shot 15 times. Those 15 times was nothing below the torso. It was 15 times to the chest and the head. So he was dropped, just like this dude said in the video. He was dropped dead on the ground, and this dude kept shooting him in the head and in the body. Now, I bet he was sent by one of the gangs that this dude disrespected and sent to hit. And I bet all those other gangs, all those other shootings are probably gang related. Probably.
Definitely.
I mean, if that dude said, wait a minute. Hold on. Can we talk about that dude having a $200,000 bond? Isn't that supposed to be 10% of what your actual fine is? So that dude was in jail on a $2 million fine?
I'd like to know what he was in for us.
That dude was in for some shit. That dude was not a nice guy either.
No.
$200,000 bond? I had a friend that had a $1,500 bond. Not, or 500, excuse me, it's 500. Fucking 200,000? What? Crazy. this was a wild video to experience. This is a wild video experience for me personally because I watched his videos on the Woo Biddy killing and the dude that got out of jail. New information on the $200,000 bond though. That was new. Man. I hope you guys liked this on YouTube, and if you did, make sure you leave a like and a comment because it helps with the algorithm, motherfuckers. See you next video. Peace.